Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
Welcome to another
Hi.
episode of the Real Ones Gaming Podcast. We've been missing for a couple weeks, and we're back now with another great episode. As always, I have my co-host with me. Uh, she is the queen of the veggies, one of the best streamers that I know, Miss Ruby Rose.
Thank you for that lovely introduction and calling me one of the best streamers you know. I feel like my channel's a hot mess. Anywho, what up, everybody? Actually, I updated my name and changed my name on Twitch. So now I'm going by It's Ruby Rose.
Mhm.
Um, so you can find me on Twitch as It's Ruby Rose. My friends call me Ruby. You can also find me on Tumblr, TheHoneyTea. You can also find me on IG as Queen IR, all lowercase, all one word, and Twitter RubyRose_. Currently I am working on several different projects. So many projects I need to reorganize what projects need more priority than other projects. Um, I'm working on doing my first giveaway, hopefully at the end of September. I'm going to start a follow goal. Right now, I'm at 256 followers on Twitch. I would like to get up to 300 followers. And if I do that, I'm going to do my very first giveaway on my channel. Um, I think that's it. So I'm going to pass it over to the royalty king himself, AJ.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Ruby. And the funniest person on Instagram, because the Instagram video you put up yesterday had me crying. But I am your host, the head honcho of the royalty family, man, King AJ, man. You can find me on Twitch at King AJ _15. You can find me on Instagram at King _15. You can find me on Twitter at King AJ _15. My projects I'm working on, I am revamping my whole Twitch background, from background to emotes, everything for 20 for 29 for the new year, pretty much. And I'm gonna go pass it over to the panda himself, one of the funniest dudes that makes me laugh, my brother Green.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm Greenspmk. And like Ruby, I was thinking about changing my name, so I have to think about that. But for right now, you can find me on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/greenspmk. That's green as in the color, S as in Sam, P as in Paul, M as in Mary, K as in kite. Um, you can also find me on YouTube. Just search Green SPMK. I do not have a blog, but all social medias is at Green SPMK for right now. I probably should start doing blogs, or at least vlogs, one of the two. Um, any projects that I'm currently working on, I'm always working on a project, I think. If it's a book or if it's YouTube series or something like that, I try to stay with ideas, I think. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. And you guys probably already know that we are missing a host.
Yes, we are.
But that's
Of course, we're going
okay.
to shout her out.
Exactly. Miss Pinky is currently taking a break from the Real Ones Gaming Podcast to work on other projects. However, Ruby, can you let them know a little bit more about Miss Pinky?
Yes, Miss Pinky is a streamer just like the rest of us. And if you guys have not stopped by her channel yet, I recommend it highly. She is entertaining. She is full of light. She is full of positivity. She's always striving and advocating for mental health. So she has a perfect place for you to go talk to her with open arms. Oh, her channel is just opening and welcoming, and it's the Pink Squad. You definitely want to be a part of the Pink Squad. You can find her at Miss S Pinky 313 plays on Twitch. And she's also working on a Black Mommy Gamer blog. All that info can be found on her Twitch. You can always ask her. Again, she's an opening and welcoming person and just the light of the Real Ones Gaming here. We miss you, Pinky. We miss you so much.
We miss you, Pink.
Yes.
And hopefully she will be coming back real soon. I'm praying for the next episode. We'll see. Um, but yeah, that's us. That's the crew. We're gonna get ready to give you guys an awesome podcast, but we do have some little breaks we got to give you. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Pinky 313. I am affiliated with Gamer Grind Co., freshly roasted coffee for gamers. If you never tried it, you need to try it now. You can also use my discount code, give you 5% off your entire order using Pink313. They have decaf and caffeinated coffee, so try them out. I'm partnered and sponsored with True Skills Pro. That's skills with a Z. Pro Multimedia Consultants. For logos, graphics, web designs, and more, email them at trueskillspro@gmail.com. That's skills with a Z. I'm also sponsored and partnered with DTRT 313 Clothing Co. for hoodies, t-shirts, and merch for the Pink Squad for men and women. Check them out at DTRT 313 Clothing. Also, make sure you follow me at Twitch at twitch.tv/MissPinky313.
What up, everybody? I'm here to promote The Cookout. It is a community that provides membership and resources for streamers of color while also building a safe space for these content creators to share and produce their content. Community nights, group meetings, charity events, and eventually programming will all occur on their channel. You can find them on twitch.tv/thecookout or any other social medias at thecookout.org. Black Girl Gamers is a online community where Black girl gamers can unite and game in a safe, harassment-free environment. Created by Jay Lopez, also she goes by Super Duper Curl in 2015. The community currently has over 3,000 members from all over the world and expanding. You can find them on Twitch at twitch.tv Black Girl Gamers or any other socials at Black Girl Gamers. And you can also find me at twitch.tv RubyRose88.
Okay, we're back from paying some bills. PlayStation Plus games for the week. Sniper Elite 4 and Wipeout Omega. If you like taking off your enemies' heads with headshots, this is the game for you. And if you want to go ahead and race around with your friends and have some good fun, Wipeout Omega is for you. And I'm going to pass it over to the Veggie Queen herself, Ms. Ruby.
All right, we got for Xbox Gold free games, we got Gears of War, Xbox One available all this month. We have Motorsport 6 Xbox One available August 16th until September 15th. Big Crown Showdown Xbox One. Actually, that game's done for this month. So if you didn't cop it, I'm sorry. It's done. It's gone. But still on the roster is Castlevania Lords of Shadow, August 16th until the 31st. So you only have a few more days to cop the Castlevania game, and we do know how much people love some Castlevania.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite games on Sega Genesis was Castlevania. Sega Genesis and Nintendo, I think. But yeah, those are pretty good games, right?
Yeah.
I don't have an Xbox, but
I don't have an Xbox either. Sorry, Sony.
Yeah. If
I know
think
some
I
of
would
our
get it.
fans are going to be like, "How dare you not have an Xbox? How dare you?" You can always
I
come
have
to my
both.
channel and donate the money so I can go buy an Xbox if you would like to do that.
Word, word.
I
That's.
have both. So
I think if I had an Xbox, Forza is probably Forza and Castlevania is probably the two that I would get off of this list.
I think I would definitely get Castlevania. I don't know too much about Big Crown Showdown. It's just an interesting name. I think that's a cute little name. The Gears of War 4. I have not played any of the Gears of War, but I would like to try. That would be fun.
Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Well, speaking of games, because all of those games are pretty older titles, I would assume at this point.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And we have some news on a title that's 3 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's a
Ruby, take it
toddler,
away.
y'all. It's a toddler, and it's still doing so much good in the gaming industry. Overwatch. We have ourselves the newest hero, Sigma. I am in love with Sigma. Sigma is categorized as a tank. I've been talking with some of my friends, and what they find interesting is even though he has that scientific persona, his abilities are very mage almost, like kind of like a magical thing going on. It's really interesting because he can harness black holes and gravity, similar to Zarya. And also similar to Doomfist, he picks you up, targets the ground, and slams you down on the ground. So he has a really nice radius and target and can really pull you into a black hole through gameplay. I think one of my favorite abilities of his right now, he picks up rocks from the ground and throws them at the opposing team and stuns the heck out of you. Oh my gosh. Like you're knocked down on the ground, you got projectiles coming at you, and if his friends are there with him, you're in a sticky situation. A real sticky situation. Um I'm in love with the skin that I'm using for him right now is the Prophet skin. A lot of people have, you know, bandwagon the Talon skin because it's the only skin of his that has shoes. But because everybody hopped on the bandwagon, I had to be different and get a different skin for him. The Prophet skin is more mystical. His eyes are bandaged up. He can't see, but he can sense things. He has a samurai ponytail, which I think is super cute. No shoes, no shoes. We got the toesies out for everybody to see. Yeah,
Blasphemous.
but that's not the only thing that Overwatch did. Overwatch also added a new role queue to their competitive game mode. Now, in previous times, you could pick any character going into competitive, and you can still do that. You still have that option technically, but with the new role queue, it's the 222 method. If you don't know what the 222 method is, it's 2 DPS, 2 tanks, and 2 healers. It's one of the oldest methods in the Overwatch meta. I believe that, people have been doing 222 since season 1 of Overwatch. I have no issues with 222. I've played 222 methods. You can win with that method, especially when you have 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers, instead of 1 healer taking on the responsibility of healing 5 other teammates, which I think is wonderful. I guess my only thing about it is that I never got to try goats. If you don't know what that method is 3 tanks and 3 healers. So every tank has a healer and you just kind of run over the other team. That's why it's called goats. And I kind of wanted to try that in comp, but I could never get a team comp together to do that. So that's a little disappointing and sad on my end. Now, the good thing about this whole new role queue is, let's say you pick a healer character for the 222. You get an individualized rank for the specific category you pick. If you say you a tank main, you gonna get your rank in tanking. And if you got a low tank rank, well, maybe you not maining as well as you think you are. So I do appreciate that now that people who are always like, oh, I'm DPS, you don't have any idea what you're doing. Bruh, you're bronze in DPS. Don't talk to me, okay? I'm in gold. Hush your face. Which I'm not. I have not tried the new role queue yet. And that's because I have not had a steady team of, streamers and friends to play competitive with yet. All our schedules are really different. So it's hard for all of us to link up. I don't like going into competitive with a bunch of randos because they're a bunch of randos. But that's just my personal preference. I eventually I'm going to try out this new role queue. I'm kind of surprising myself because I've been playing a lot more healers lately than I have been my DPS and my tank characters. And when I started Overwatch 2 years ago, I was playing a lot of tanks and not a lot of DPS. I'm going to say the last year and a half I've been getting more into DPSing. It's fun shooting people with bullets, ice picks, sound barriers. I don't know, whatever you can think of, you can name. It's pretty fun. Also with this patch, a whole lot of heroes got a whole lot of rework. A lot of cooldowns, a lot of increase, decreases, buffs, nerfs, you name it. I think my favorite buff from this patch that happened recently would have to be Ashe. And it's going to sound so silly when I say this. Her reload time has decreased from 0.3 seconds to 0.25 seconds. And I know that does not sound like a huge difference. It's literally like what, a point and a half of seconds for reload time. But I kid you not. Oh my God, the difference. So with Ashe, you can either reload one bullet and then keep shooting and until you have to reload your entire gun, or you keep shooting until you run out and then you refill it. I believe it's 12. I think she has 12 shots in her gun. And then she has also one pushback gun, which is her secondary move. It just makes a world of difference. It really does. That reload time is beautiful. And also for me, it makes sense. Ashe is the type of character that, she doesn't play any games. She's trying to get her objective done. She's quick on her feet. If McCree can be quick on his feet, then Ashe definitely can be quick on her feet. This decrease makes so much more sense to the character, and I applaud Blizzard for doing it. Brigitte, she got a huge buff. It may not seem huge, but I think out of all the other characters, Brigitte got the most patches. Everybody else got maybe 1 or 2 patches, but Brigitte got a whole lot of work done. So all you Brigitte healing mains out there, or Brigitte, let me say it right before I get attacked in the comments. All you Brigitte fans, you're gonna be really happy because she's just gonna be a better healer. That's the important thing. She's gonna be a better healer. But I should tell you that her barrier health has been reduced from 500 to 200. So please do not rely on holding on to that shield, okay? Put the shield up when you need it and put it down when you don't.
Okay. I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but I saw the new character and I kind of wanted to.
Oh
start
yeah,
going into it.
he's really fun to play with. His voice lines are super freaking interesting. I am looking forward to the Halloween seasonal event that is coming up. Oh wow. I just found out that he is 62 years old. This man is representing for all the senior citizens out there. He's a 62-year-old tank taking out May with fucking gravel and rocks. Like, let's give this man props, okay?
Gym.
Yeah, he's been in the
Rock,
gym.
in the gym.
He's got a good health for 62-year-old man. Which talk about that later. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. I'm looking forward to the Halloween event. That's what I was saying earlier. I'm looking forward to the Halloween event because obviously there's going to be new skins. They're going to be, horror or silly related. I don't know what they're going to do for Sigma, but oh my god, I saw it recently and now it's like escaping my mind. Somebody had put up it was a meme. It was a meme and it was really funny because it was all like, for the Halloween event, they should make Sigma the Flying Dutchman
Oh,
because he's always floating around. And it's silly and funny because, Davy Jones' Locker, Ghosts, it goes with the Halloween theme, but also the Flying Dutchman is because he is technically Dutch. So,
yeah.
ha 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 ha, play on words. I like memes that have play on words. I think they're adorable. But I think because he's a new tank, he's definitely going to get a skin for that event, and I'm hoping that it's a kick-ass skin. I'm hoping it's not anything lame. Overwatch, pay attention to all these fan artists online because they be coming up with some ideas. Another skin I saw that would be perfect for the Halloween event that's coming up in October. A fan did some fan art and they created a Dungeons and Dragons skin for Sigma, and his projectiles, which are these two, I'm gonna say, octagon looking projectiles, which you can just shoot at people. Just it's two projectiles. It's unlimited. You don't have a reload or anything. They made those into dice, into D&D dice, and I was like, ooh, that's so cute. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons fan, but I just thought that the whole theme and the whole look and the appeal, just it went so well. Like, it just looked so good, and I hope that they do that. That's my hope.
Okay. Well, guys, if you are interested in a new character or the updates, make sure download Overwatch. I think they do like free trials every once in a while anyway.
They do free trials every once in a while. A big trial, I believe, is usually in the springtime,
Yeah.
right around their anniversary event, because they're celebrating the game being in play, new characters. The anniversary event is a time where you can get any skin from any seasonal event that only comes around once a year. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, the free weekend usually comes around the anniversary weekend.
Yeah.
So check that out, spring 2020. Check it out, or check it out now. Like, Overwatch is not a bad game. It's really not. It's super fun. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
price.
Yeah. I think I picked it up maybe 2 years ago, and I didn't start really playing it on a regular until I met you and um, Pinky was playing it with you, and that's how I started playing it on the regular. And then like the last couple of weeks, I just been life, life is
Life, right?
yeah,
It's life, and then it's also balancing other games because I
yeah.
start playing a lot of Overwatch, and then my Dead by Daylight and my Dauntless gets neglected, and then I start playing Dauntless, and then those games get neglected, and it's just yay, happy times. And then Borderlands 3 is dropping in September, and I'm gonna definitely play Borderlands 3 on my stream, so that means all my games are gonna get neglected. Yay!
I think that's the funny thing though is that when we're younger, we always look at the memes that says, um, as you get older, you can't get all the games that you want
hmm
because of life. And I didn't understand it when I was younger because I was like, 25, still, making all the money in the world and I could buy whatever game I want. And now I'm kind of realizing, like, oh snap, I'm really putting games on hold because of life. Like,
It's
Yep.
so funny you said that. I posted a meme in my Discord, the Rose Garden, and it's a tweet. It's a tweet. It's a screenshot of a tweet, and it goes, "Being an adult gamer is basically you buying every game you want, dot dot dot, but never being able to play them like you should."
I think it's the opposite. I think it's playing the game whenever you want, but can't get the game that you want until later. Cause like,
as a parent gamer, I percent endorse this tweet because it is getting whatever game I want. Because I'm an adult. When I was a child, no, this game has violence and nudity and drug content. You can't have this game. And because we're gonna slide this back to Overwatch. Overwatch does not have any nudity or blood or whatever. It's very cartoon violence. It's rated E for everyone. Now, comms, I can't talk about that because everyone's free to say whatever they want, but there are assholes on comms. Just letting all you parents know out there. um, um, I can't play all the games that I would like to. There's not enough time in my day to play all the games I want to play. A, there's not enough money for me to play all the games that I want to play. B, and C, I get tired. Like some days I do have the time to play video games, but I'm tired. I just want to sit back, watch my Netflix, let the TV watch me, like
yeah.
AKA fall asleep in front of the TV.
Mhm.
And I think for us, especially being a streamer, um, playing the game for like 3 hours a day or whatever is become a job for us. So it's kind of hard to get back into that just sitting down and enjoying a game without having to do all the
Without
extra stuff that comes with streaming.
Yeah,
Um,
sometimes I'll tell my viewers, "Oh, I'm testing out a new game. I might stream this, I might not." And I come into this thing where I have to question it. Do I want to stream this game? Not so much as I want to keep this all to myself and not stream it, but maybe this is a leisure game that I play on my own, quiet. I'm not entertaining people. I'm not talking to chat. I'm not dying because I looked at chat just for a second, because this happens to all of us streamers. We look at chat for that 1 second to see what you guys are saying, to be interactive, to not make you guys feel like you're being ignored, and then we die,
yeah.
which is not fun.
I
Like I
actually
get
use
so
this technique.
angry. I'm like, no. Or especially when I'm playing Dead by Daylight, when I am playing Dead by Daylight, I ignore chat. The only time I look at chat is when I am dead. And people will come in and I'll look and I can see it in my peripheral vision. I'm like, people are commenting, but I can't look right now. That does not mean I don't love you guys. I'm focusing on not dying.
Yeah, and a lot of people
facts.
say like, well, other streamers can do the same thing, but they forget that
But
other streamers have like the technology and the money
A3
to
Yeah.
get
monitors.
the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the
They got
monitors, like when I first started streaming, I didn't understand the importance of having dual monitors. I thought that it was excessive. And now streaming, no, it's not excessive. It's like super freaking helpful. But unfortunately, over on my channel, it's a poverty stream and I don't have the dual screens. So you guys are gonna just have to deal with me the best that I can. Yeah.
I have
yeah.
one monitor that's connected to my PlayStation, and then I have my laptop that I
Mm-hmm.
use for the chat and stuff like that. But I've seen some very efficient ways. I've seen people use the tablet for chat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That helps them out a lot. I've seen people with 3 to 4 monitors. That's just like
They
amazing.
just taking up,
Oh yeah.
but that's
Even the
taking up
vertical
space though.
monitors.
Like
Yeah, the
you got
space. But those vertical monitors, I think, kind of helps, especially with chat,
yeah.
because it's literally just looks like a chat board on the
Oh
side of your
yeah.
monitor already. So I would like
If
something like
you if
that.
you if you if you watch the what's the event at Modern Warfare, that monitor, that vertical monitor that they had Dr. Disrespectful on, that was
Hmm.
his chat room. That he
Yeah,
And that's not bad. But again, poverty stream.
yeah.
yeah.
But I did try a new technique to the whole issue of playing games for fun instead of just streaming. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
get into that because our next story um, is where I used it. But we'll get back to that in a second. We have some more breaks And we'll be right back, guys.
What up, people? It's your boy, King AJ, man. Back at it again. We're here with the Real Ones podcast, and we have our own Discord. So if you are a small streamer, small content creator like us that needs some backing, some support, come to our Discord at Real Ones Gaming. We're welcome open arms. We give you feedback on equipment, how to grow your channel, what stuff you need. We give you news, podcasts every 2 weeks. And the Discord link will be in the description. And we out of here.
Hey Pandas, are you looking for a cool custom controller that will help set your game up? Well, Cinch Gaming can hook you up. CinchGaming.com is the spot for custom controllers, energy drinks, gaming apparel, and more. Use the code GreenPanda to save 5% off on any product. So what are you waiting for? Don't make gaming hard, make it a cinch. And if you're looking for clothing that not only meets your fashion needs, but also is designed for gamers, check out So Sick Clothing. SoSickClothing.co has a great selection of clothing and has free shipping on the U.S. orders over $30. Make sure you use the code GreenPanda at checkout. If you're going to step up your game, step up your fit, and make it so sick. And don't forget to check me out, GreenSpmk, at www.twitch.tv/GreenSpmk, Monday through Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., and also on YouTube. Just search GreenSpmk and click on the panda logo. Stay real. All right, guys, we're back. As you guys probably already know, the weekend of the 23rd through the 25th, PlayStation released an exclusive alpha for Modern Warfare, the new Call of Duty game coming out this October 25th. Is extremely exclusive. No Xbox players will not get it a week later. No PC players will not get it a week later. And I'll talk a little bit about that too. Me and AJ have played it over the weekend.
Yes.
And I must say, I am very impressed.
I am definitely impressed by that game.
So what's new with this one? They released the 2v2 gunplay, the gunfight mode with it, which is different because now you do not respawn on this mode. This is a two-person versus two-person game mode. You're spawned on opposite ends of a very vertical map, very small map. Think of the training map from Modern Warfare 2, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Modern Warfare 1.
Or you could take that back end of fire range.
Yeah.
Back in right there. That's the same size of it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a 2v2 kind of like a quick series of matches. 6 total that you have to win in order to win the whole thing. And it's 2v2. Once you die, you don't respawn until the next match. And it forces you to use different games, even though they came out with another mode that Saturday, where it's kind of a pickup weapon kind of game where you can pick up the weapons and use those. But the original gunfight mode, the game just randomly gives you a setup and you have to work with that. That way you can kind of try out the different guns that they have. I think I've gone through at least a good deal of them. And I do have my favorites as far as that. The pistol with the sniper scope on it is a beast. I don't know if that's a Desert Eagle or not, but
it's a desert with a sniper scope on it.
That gun was amazing. Like one headshot and you're done. A lot of the guns had that kind of capability where you can kind of see where now they're getting a little bit more realistic. Um, the guns recoil was on point.
Yeah, but the only thing I had a problem with the recoil is on the light machine. That recoil needs to be balanced at least,
Yeah,
because in the I know it's just it's a free trial and the game's not fully out yet, but that's need to be balanced. That's the only gun I had a problem with shooting.
I
That
don't.
and maybe the AK, but I got used to it after using it.
I think using
After
all the
the
guns
after
was
the
like a
use,
very realistic feel.
yeah.
They all felt
But
really good. Like I've never felt a Call of Duty game like that before. That was, and the sound was really good too.
yeah, them headshot pings was like, yo, if you're playing hard, and let me get this out the way before you continue, man. If you're going to play the 2v2 mode all year, please have communication. Because if you go in there with randoms, they will let you die and then they'll just stand there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
please have communication. Have a person that you know that is going to play the game with you. That's going to play that one mode with you.
And
So
to add to that, I would even suggest that Activision adds in that rule, like they did with Search and Destroy for Black Ops 4, where you can't be in a party chat. You have to be in the game chat. For that game mode, I would definitely implement that.
yeah,
Um, but the 2v2 is fun. I enjoy playing it. Like I said, it gives you the perfect kind of feeling of how Call of Duty is going to be. And if you can have fun with that, and the only issue is that you want to be able to respawn and try again, then you're definitely going to like Call of Duty. Like, the guns were good, the maps were good, and this is the alpha, so they can only go up from here.
picture, yeah, picture the game when it fully comes out.
Yeah, to me, it was already like and I don't want to
There
say this
were
because I don't want like Activision to say, "Oh, we ain't got to do nothing else." All right, cool, let's push this out.
no.
But to me, this alpha was like, if it was like a full game, I would buy it just off of the
hmm
looks and stuff like that. I would just buy it. Um,
And I'm a numbers guy, so when the alpha came out, it was there was the same amount of people playing the alpha, the same amount of people was playing blackout. That's how
yeah,
many people that was on Twitch playing the alpha. Now,
and to the people that's asking, you didn't have to pre-order the game in order to play it. It was free for all PlayStation players. So
yeah,
Nice.
So that was good, and I don't think the beta is pre-order either. I think it's an open beta for all PlayStation people a week before the Xbox and
launch.
PC people. Yeah. So if you're not so sure about it yet,
Please
use
pick
this
up the beta.
time to test it out and figure it out. There was some drama with the release though. Um, so some people on my Instagram kind of saw me debating back and forth this argument. Microsoft and PC fans are upset with Activision and Sony. For those who don't know, Sony has an exclusive deal with Activision. So it is the exact same exclusive deal that Microsoft had with Activision for five to
Until they
six
messed it up.
years back in the PlayStation 3 360 days, where they got the DLC early. This generation, though, Sony actually has the advantage, and they have the exclusive deal this time around, and it's DLC is a month early. They also got the alpha, and they got the beta early, which is about the same thing. I mean, it's the exact same thing as Microsoft had, but this one is just Sony. So a lot of people on the Microsoft side are now saying, "Well, why can't we get that alpha?" Um, and Sony and Activision pretty much said it's a business move. Like no one was supposed to get the alpha. Sony asked for the alpha, and because we have that exclusive deal, we gave them the alpha. Um,
Yes.
that's
It sounds
part of the
like a
game, people.
win-win to me. Like I don't understand where the uproar is coming from.
I think the
Because
uproar is
this
because Microsoft wished they could have the exclusive deal.
Oh,
And
oh, well.
and plus on the business side, they didn't have the bag for the alpha, Microsoft or PC. They didn't have a bag to get the alpha. PlayStation
Microsoft
had
didn't
the
have the bag because they didn't sell as many Xbox Ones as they probably should have. I mean, the
that's
numbers
true.
don't lie.
That's
PlayStation has
that's what I
sold
was gonna get
almost
into.
3 times more than Xbox One.
So they didn't have a bag, and PlayStation had the bag. They had 10 times of that bag to get the exclusive and got the deal.
Yeah.
So to the fans, stop with the tweets. Stop with the tweets. We got the exclusive for another 3 years. So the deal is a 3 year thing between Activision and PlayStation. It's 3 years. We got
I
another
would
two
even
years
say
left.
it might be a little bit longer depending on
Depending on this
how
game, and
Sony
they
does.
might depending on. I'd say it's depending on how many sales Modern Warfare gonna have on PlayStation. In the from what I seen from the pre-orders, this deal is gonna be happening a lifetime.
Yeah, it's
Everybody's
just a
going
fair
out and
turnabout
buying
though.
that 200. But the pre-orders for Modern Warfare, everybody's going to spend that $200. That's where the pre-order sales is coming from. That $200 bundle, because you get the what's that, the night vision thing
Which is
in
the
the
first
game.
time they've done that in a long time. Because they haven't done that sort of package, I think, since Black Ops 2, to be honest.
So
So that's a really good. I think it was Black Ops 2. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was Black Ops 2. It was the
mm,
helicopter drone.
yeah,
Is the last time I remember it.
yeah, it
Um,
was two. Then it had to be two because that's the
yeah.
only one I remember.
Um, I mean, it's just fair turnabout. You can't get mad because Microsoft opened up a door and now other companies are taking advantage of that door. Like you opened it
Yep.
up. Like you were the first company that did that exclusivity type of deal with a company, and now that Sony is taking advantage of it and they have the exclusive, now you're upset about it. Like, and the same people who were like crying or not crying about it but upset about it from the Microsoft side, I didn't hear
Green,
any of
let's
those people crying about it
Green, let's
when
be
the roles were reversed.
Green, let's be real. They was crying about it. I seen it on y'all. They was crying about it. Let's be real. Don't sugarcoat that. They was crying about it, and they wanted it that bad, and you have to go talk to Microsoft. Let's be real here. Y'all
Yeah.
was crying about it, and y'all didn't go. Y'all went to the competition first. Y'all came to the fans. Y'all came to the fans that had PlayStation. Y'all came to the company that didn't, that had the business aspect of everything. But y'all didn't go to the company that the console that y'all own first.
And I think that was the whole thing was once Sony announced that they was going to have this exclusive deal, you saw a lot of YouTubers and streamers and all of that going to Sony to get it, and I think that's what pisses Microsoft and Microsoft fans and PC fans off a little bit more because they knew that exclusive deal did nothing but boost. Now I don't want to get anybody confused. I don't think it gave PlayStation the advantage. PlayStation was already selling more PlayStations before that deal. Um, it did give them a great number of sales, but it's not the reason why the PlayStation 5 is above Microsoft at this point. This generation was just for Microsoft. This generation was doomed from the very beginning. They made some announcements they should have never made. when before the Xbox One came out, and
Yep.
then they continued to do things that just should have never been done. And PlayStation played it really well. Like they've really kept their mouth shut and was just like, I'm gonna let you do whatever you need to do, and then I'm gonna do the complete opposite. And that's how PlayStation won. They did it smart. And this time around, I think PlayStation is taking the same thing because Microsoft kind of came out with the Scarlet, which is
And they,
still a bad idea to do because PlayStation hadn't said anything other than we tested out the loading times and this is how fast it is. But
yep,
they've kept their
they
mouth
keep,
shut about everything else.
yep. Well, one of the devs, one of the PlayStation devs said that PlayStation 5 will have backwards capability. That's all they. That was all I seen, and that
Here's my
was a
thing about
month
that
ago.
though. I don't really care
That was
about
a
it,
month ago, but that
but I
was a
don't
month
really care
ago.
about it because if I still have my PlayStation 3, and more than likely I'm gonna keep my PlayStation 4. So like backwards compatibility doesn't really affect me, I guess, as some other people. And who in the games that's like back in PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 days, we've already then seen that no one cares about single player games anymore because they were perfectly fine with Black Ops 4 not having single player. So it's
Yeah,
like it's weird to say for the industry to say people don't care about single player games anymore, but then want single player games to come back through backwards compatibility. It's weird to me because none of those old games on the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3 servers are still on. So all you have to do is all you're going to
get a
do is
P
play the single player modes for those.
or get a PC and find a server.
So I don't know. That's just me. But the alpha does end today, which is August 25th.
Hmm.
But the beta starts back up in September. Well, I'm sure it's going to be a full multiplayer beta.
Yes.
But speaking of games that came out, we finally got some footage on a game that we were speculating for the past 3 years. AJ, what game is that?
Oh, oh, do we have to talk about this? Because the gameplay, I'm thinking the Avengers game, the gameplay. You got the Hulk looking like the Jolly Green Giant. You got Spider Man looking like
I
Spider
didn't even see Spider
Man
Man in it.
from yeah, Spider Man's in it. If you look up the second part, I looked at the second part. Spider Man looked like when he was on Spider Man One on the PlayStation 3. Oh, let's see. The fighting mechanics. I don't know who is behind the fighting mechanics, but you need to go ahead and fire them ASAP. This is like it's a to from what I've seen, it's a terrible game. Like it's not even worth the $60.
Really? That's not the vibe I got from watching it. It looks
That's
interesting,
the
but then
first. That's
again,
the first. That's the first part. I found there was another
yeah.
set of gameplay that I seen where it's just terrible. Like I'm like, all right, I have to go look at the first part again because I'm shocked at this game. I wanted to play this game until I seen the gameplay of it and like, come on,
Well,
like you
Ruby,
gotta
you
be
just
kidding
saw
me.
the gameplay, right?
Yeah, I just saw the gameplay and actually I'm watching it right now muted, so we're not interrupting the podcast or anything. And it's kind of giving me a God of War feel with the
Yeah.
the the mechanics and how the buttons, it looks like a very reactional, like you press this button and this sequence happens, you press
Let
this
me
button
find.
and this sequence happens.
Mm-hmm.
And
Let me
we've
go ahead
had
and find
those
this
gameplays
gameplay.
for a while. We've had it in God of War, we've had it in Assassin's Creed, so it's a gameplay that I'm used to at this point. um whenever a superhero game gets made, I have to take into account that while the adults are going to be the one buying the game, I'm not the target demographic. The target demographic is the children.
Mm-hmm.
And they're making it as colorful and as explosive as they can. I'm watching this gameplay now, and if 9-year-old Ruby Rose was watching this, 9-year-old Ruby Rose would be begging her mother to buy this game. She would be like, I don't know what I have to do, but I'll do every freaking chore you ask me to do as long as I get to play this game. I am impressed with the graphics. A lot of people get annoyed with superhero graphics. A lot of people are like, they don't look like the superheroes. We have been spoiled by, high quality acting and live action graphics and everything from the MCU's universe and the cinematic universe. Video game graphics are not going to look as good as live actors, on a green screen portraying these heroes. It's just not going to be the same. But the graphics are not that bad. To me, I'm reminding myself of early 2000s Spider-Man games and him looking like a brick. And it makes me happy that the characters actually look humanoid. And, whenever a female hero was featured in any, early video games, they looked awful. They had the build of the male superheroes. They didn't look feminine. And Black Widow in this game looks like Black Widow. Her hair, it could have been better, but she looks feminine. She looks like Black Widow. I don't feel like I'm looking at Black Widow with a male mod on the character. So that makes me a little bit happy.
Now, let me retract my statement. I found the video I was watching. I found the HD version of it, and that what made me say I'm not getting this game. So, so the HD version makes it look horrible. So, so I'm retracting my statement, and from what I'm looking at now, as it's muted, as Ruby was doing, it's still not worth the $60 until we get more gameplay out of it.
I think this gameplay is really for kids. Like, it really is. Like, I can picture 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds watching this, and they're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. I need this. I need this in my life right now. I'm still watching it muted, and it's Tony Stark just kind of going in the enemies and just like blasting off on people. If you are an adult and you're tired of the click this button and a sequence of this will happen, this game is not going to be for you. In all honesty, you're going to get bored very quickly. But like I said, these games are not meant for the adults buying it. It's meant for the kid demographics. It's meant for the kids that are going to be playing this daggone game, every single chance they get.
Or if you a Final Fantasy gamer, this game might be for you. But as the adult, I'd rather not you pick it up if you haven't played Final Fantasy, because this is the vibe I'm getting from it. This is from watching the footage. That's the vibe I got from it.
I'm getting more a God of War vibes, because God of War was very click triangle and this happens, click square and this happens. So I'm getting a very like God of War vibe where you click a button. It's a button masher. This is going to be a button masher where a bunch of sequences happen when you click certain buttons.
Yeah, it's like a beat 'em up game.
Yeah, a beat 'em up game. If you wanted something a little bit more, difficult, something a little bit more challenging in your Avengers game, I don't think this is going to be the game for you.
Yeah.
Now, if you want something where you just smash and crash, because right now I'm watching my Jolly Green Giant Hulk go in and just smash these kids apart. It's so cute. Just smashing them like pom poms. There you go, baby. There you go.
Let's talk to the kid in you right quick. If you picked up this game, if your mom or dad picked up this game, how many controllers would you go through? There's gonna be a lot of controllers you're gonna go through, because this is a button masher. It's just smash and smash the buttons, and then stuff happens.
But it looks like fun. Like, I'm just watching it now. I'm watching this gameplay. It looks like a whole lot of fun. I'm watching Hulk. I've always been attracted to like bigger, slower characters in video games because even though they're slower, their attacks normally take longer and it's easier for you to get hurt. Like, they just have some of the more powerful moves. And right now, watching Hulk smash and take parts of like a road and just smash it through cars is fun. I feel like I'd have a lot of fun just running around. I don't even know if I would stream this game. I honestly think, like I was saying earlier, how some games are just for me and other games are for streaming. I think this would be a just for me game.
Yeah.
I think I honestly, if I'm giving my honest opinion, I feel like if I stream this game, my viewers would get bored because button mashing games and beat 'em up games, you can only but do so many combos before it starts getting repetitive.
Yeah.
Now, what game developers have a challenge is making it entertaining. What I'm seeing from the gameplay, it looks entertaining. But I also like, beat 'em up and smash 'em games. So it all depends on the type of gamer. If beat 'em up, button smashing is not your thing, this is not going to be your game. Now, if you liked God of War and you had no problems, because God of War pretty much kept the same formula throughout all the games, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they tweaked things here and there, but for the most part, for the most part, you press a button, sequences happen. Yay!
I would think God of War is more of a combination sort of game too, though, because like you can earn more combinations through your journey. The last God of War for the PlayStation 4 was amazing for just combat and visuals and everything else for it. As far as this game, from what I've seen, it looks like it has the possibility to be a good game. However, when you have a game like Spider-Man being a Marvel game, and then you have this game came off of the back of what some would say the most grossing cinematic
Spider-Man
comic book movie of all time, which was Endgame, and it basically riding off the back of the Avengers. So I would think that the developers would have made the characters look like those actors who played in the Avengers movie, because that's where you want to draw your stuff in. They didn't do that, which is cool. That's fine, whatever. But also, you're coming back off of your competitions are Ultimate Alliance, which is a great game for the Switch, and then you have to also follow the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
So this game should have been better.
Stunning. Yeah, I see. So this is my thing. I feel like they're banking on the names and the characters that are in this game. Like, you have your Captain American fans, your Iron Man fans, your Black Widow fans, your Bruce Banner fans. Like, they'll buy any product with those names attached just because it's their favorite hero. So I think they're banking on the fact that they're using these high ticketed characters or whatever. I'm excited. I want to try it out. It looks like fun.
I'll get it when it's discounted. I don't think this is a day one. I'll wait until it's like $30 and I'll pick it up.
Before we move on, there is a Mortal Kombat 11 DLC. The DLC is Shao Kahn, Nightwolf, Terminator, Sindel, Joker, and Spawn. So whoever has Mortal Kombat 11,
Can we leave Spawn out of video games?
No, what?
Are you kidding me?
I'm tired of seeing Spawn, dude. I'm so tired of seeing him in every goddamn
Spawn
thing.
needs a reboot. Spawn needs a
No,
10
he
doesn't. Spawn needs 8 games. Spawn needs a Netflix reboot. Spawn needs a Hulu reboot. Like, Spawn needs Spawn does not have enough love, okay? I stand Spawn so freaking hard.
But Ruby, Spawn is getting a reboot because Jamie Foxx is playing Spawn, so that movie's coming out.
No.
Nobody wants to see that movie. No one
No.
asked for a Spawn movie, yo. Like, no one asked for this.
No. I'm gonna get my Michael on from The Office. No.
So Spawn is being played by Jamie Foxx. So
I
that movie's
love me some
coming out.
Jamie Foxx. I really do. But I
So-
also love. Well, I was about to say I love the original actor, but I don't remember his name right very now.
Yeah.
It was
Oh my god, I forgot his name too. It's
Michael Jai?
I know.
I'm about to
Yeah,
look
Wasn't
it
that
up.
the dude? It was the
I'm about to
black
look
martial
it-
artist, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude that played Dolomite. Yeah, Dolomite.
Either way, I don't want another Spawn anything. Leave Spawn
Yes.
out of it.
Yes, I need all the Spawns. I need everything. Give me all of it. John
hated Spawn as a
Leguizamo
kid. I hate
as what was it?
Clown.
The Predator. He played John Leguizamo was the Predator in that movie, not the hero, but oh my god, it was so I just loved it.
No, they can leave all that stuff.
Yes.
I don't want another Spawn anything.
I need
so-
more Spawn. Don't listen to Green. I need all the Spawn movies.
So to the people that have Mortal Kombat 11, they go and the trailer's out, so you can go check that trailer out on their YouTube channel, Mortal Kombat 11.
And just to add to that, you can
Michael
get rid of Spawn.
J. White. Michael J. White. That
That's
was
what it
his
is.
name. I had to do my baby right. Michael J. White in the 1997 Spawn movie. God damn, how old I was a child. I was a child
y'all
when
can
this
keep
movie came
Spawn.
out.
You can keep
Oh my goodness.
Blade. You can keep him. You can keep both of them. Just I don't want to see any
No,
more
bring
of that.
back Spawn. I'm very highly concerned about Jamie Foxx reprising the role. Jamie Foxx is a wonderful actor. Like, let's not. Jamie Foxx was in what is it? And he was in Inglorious Bastards, right? No, I'm thinking of Django Unchained. That's the movie I'm thinking about. That's the Quentin I can't talk today. Quentin Tarantino movie that he starred in, and he did a great job with that. He was a killer in that movie, you know, going off and killing plantation owners and slave owners and just doing it in the most beautiful fucking way.
And plus, he played in Green's favorite movie, Spider-Man. He played as Ray.
That version of Spider-Man was not my favorite. Don't ever.
He does not endorse that. And plus, I don't endorse that either because, like, oh my god, when he was a scientist, they gave my man the wackest fucking hairstyle. Like, come on now, give Jamie Foxx a better hairstyle. And then two, when he finally became, what was it, Electro Shock?
Yeah.
When he finally transformed, like, come on now, y'all are a multi-billion-dollar company. Y'all could have done better with them damn graphics. Y'all made my man look like a cartoon character, and this is a live action film. Like,
I didn't mind the graphics. I minded that Jamie Foxx was in it.
They were shit.
Jamie Foxx ruined that movie for me. The other stuff was like fine. I didn't mind it.
See, I don't like blaming actors for shitty movies because they're only reading what was written and they're only doing what the director was saying. So most of my blame for shitty movies goes to directors and writers.
Yep.
If you write a shitty movie, it's gonna be a shitty movie. If you direct a shitty movie, it's gonna be a shitty movie.
Yeah.
I don't like to blame actors because they're doing the best they can with what they have. That's like going to a restaurant and blaming the servers for the food. They brought you the food, yes, but they didn't prepare that shit.
Well, here's where the difference is. I'm the complete opposite. I believe that an actor can make or break any movie regardless of how shitty or great it is.
I don't agree with that because there have been so many wonderful actors in really bad movies, and I mean they are, you know, critically acclaimed actors. And what can you do if the script is crap? If the script is crap, you can act those lines, you can say those lines, you can put as much emotion behind lines as you physically can. But if the script is caca, there's nothing you can do about that.
Well, I got two examples that prove my
But
point.
before, but some of them actors be trying to save that script.
They do. That's their
They be
job.
trying to
That's
save
their
their
job.
script. But I'm like, come on now, you know you shouldn't have took this gig. You
Well,
know.
Hey, bills got to be paid.
Well, here's two examples that prove my point. On the plus side, Heath Ledger played his ass off of the Joker. Was The Dark Knight trash? Yes, absolutely. That movie
I
was
don't think
trash.
it was trash.
That was trash.
I don't think it was trash. I think
Heath Ledger saved that entire movie. And we saw that when the sequel came out and they had Sean Connery's voice on Bane, and we knew how trash the movie really was.
Wait a minute, that wasn't Sean Connery's voice on.
But it sounded just like Sean Connery.
But
like it was a ridiculous voice.
But it wasn't.
Because Bane is like, Bane was supposed to be like a brute, and to hear this intelligent.
But you also got to understand that the director told the actor, like, this is how we want the character to be and sound and to maneuver. You can't. The director is the boss. Like, actors have some leniency, but not as much as you think. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, actors do what they want when they're acting. No, that's not how that works. It's the same thing with models. A lot of people are like, oh, models do whatever they want on set. No, the photographer directs how the photo is going to look. If the photographer says dress in blackface, we know why the picture is shitty, not because of the model who booked the job, but because of the photographer who directed it.
Well, if you think back to The Dark Knight, whenever you ask someone, like, what was your favorite parts, it's always Joker. It's never Batman doing anything. It's always Joker.
And please,
on the flip side,
Mortal Kombat, stop putting the Joker in the darn game.
On the flip side, when you look at a movie like the original Spider-Man trilogy, it was a great trilogy for its time, and the one thing that messed it up was Kristen Dunst.
What?
She messed that movie up.
No, she did not.
Her version of Mary Jane was the most annoying version.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was Mary Jane.
Yeah, she was pretty bad.
No, she wasn't.
Thank you. Yes, she was horrible.
Anywho, oh my gosh, you can't.
Her version of Mary Jane was the most annoying version I've ever seen in my life.
I just stopped watching Spider-Man after the second.
But you already started talking. You're in the background. Come on over here. Anywho,
she was a horrible part of
Anywho, okay. If we're gonna blame Kirsten Dunst for all three of the movies, then we definitely have to blame Toby for the fucking Spider-Man 3 and the fucking dancing sequence. Like, you guys are like, oh, it can't all be on the director, it has to be on the actor too. He should have seen that scene and been like, hey, Mr. Director guy, Ramsey or whatever his name was, this makes no goddamn sense. Why would Venom Spider-Man start dancing and finger waving at everybody? And thank you, Into the Spideyverse, for acknowledging that scene and talking about it and making a quick joke about it. I appreciate you for that. But what I'm saying is, directors make silly decisions all the time. Writers make silly decisions all the time. And sometimes actors and actresses make silly decisions all the time. I never understood people going like, oh, if it wasn't for this actor, the movie would have been better. Or because
Venom was trying to get his Beyonce on the movie.
No,
Venom was trying to get his Beyonce on the video.
At that time, we had. Well, at the time, what was going on was Tobey Maguire felt like his role as Peter Parker wasn't being shown as much as it should have. If you go back to the comic books, Peter Parker was nerdy, but he was also very funny. And
not that nerdy. That was a ridiculous level of nerdy.
But that was Tobey Maguire's idea to kind of make it more of the original Peter Parker, because Peter Parker was a funny dude.
Okay. So I understand where you're coming from, but in the Spider-Man 3, and at that point of that ridiculousness, we all know what scene I'm talking about, and we don't even have to go into full discussion on what scene I'm talking about. He was Venom Spider-Man at that point. Venom Vitamin is the same thing that happened to Steve Urkel when he hopped into the transformation bot and became Stefan. He became coordinated, graceful, sexy, intelligent, was able to speak. And the same thing happened to Peter Parker when Venom overtook him. He became more confident. He became boastful. He became like a badass. But that's not what we saw in that scene. Let's not act like
Peter Parker,
Venom Spider-Man in that scene, finger waving at the crowd and doing the little whatever dance move was Venom Spider-Man. No, that was a hot ball of mess that the director said, go ahead, do whatever, because yes. And also Spider-Man 3 was a directing hot mess. They had way too many plots and storylines. We had the Venom storyline, we had the Sandman storyline, and we also had Green Goblin getting over the death of his daddy, who was an asshole. Like, no, it was way too many storylines. They were putting way too much in that movie because they also knew that their contracts were going to end after Spider-Man 3, so they wanted to go out with a bang. And I understand that and I respect that, but I'm sorry, Venom Spider-Man is the Stefan Urkel of Family Matters. He's coordinated, he's graceful, he's sexy, he's a badass, and that was not portrayed in that movie.
The thing about that people forgot was that Spider-Man 3 was supposed to be a setup for the Spider-Man 4, which was going to deal with Carnage. So that whole Venom storyline was supposed to just set up for Spider-Man 4. It wasn't supposed to be like the feature of the movie. It was just to set up Spider-Man 4. Everything else was supposed to be dealt with it.
If I could address a few things, right? Because I'm hearing this Venom talk and this finger waving.
You might want to say who you are.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Windora 7. Back on the podcast once again because in my slumber, I hear some tomfoolery going on. And my nerd brain has been triggered once again. Invading your shit. Hold on. Venom finger waving is okay. And no, wait. All right, let's take into consideration a few minor points, right? Let's take in consideration first the generation that is watching these movies. It is my generation, right? Mm-hmm. We grew up watching Spider-Man on Fox, okay? Yeah. On Fox. First of all, Peter Parker was very intelligent. And he was decently confident. Yes. Right? Maybe when it came to the big loves of his life, he had some hesitation, but who has not had hesitations when they think they're truly in love? Right? Spider-Man in the Fox joint, the fucking webs didn't come out of his arms until he started transforming into a giant tarantula. Yeah. Right? Other than that, he literally made the capsules and mechanisms that allowed him to swing throughout the city. Right? When he got with those girls, or he beat the shit out of somebody's daddy, and then beat the shit out the son, or told the son that he killed the daddy, he was courageous. You know what I'm saying? Remember this: when Venom bonded with Spider-Man, or when a symbiote bonded with Spider-Man and created Venom, Spider-Man was still himself. He was still cocky. He still had his little jokes. Right. And in fact, remember, he got rid of Venom. He did. Because it made him too aggressive. Yes. So Venom finger waving makes a lot of sense. But Venom causing Peter Parker to become more aggressive also still follows the story of why he got rid of Venom. Aside from that, as far as movie goes, Spider-Man movies are ultimately bullshit. I'm not saying they don't have good scenes at some point, but they suck. This is just the reality situation. Now, when you first started talking about the movies and actors, I agreed with you, Ruby. I did. I was like, nah, these actors, they do have some power, but it really is the director and the writers. And for the most part, I still feel that way. But I do have to agree with Green at the same time. There are, and I think this is one of the many, or few, one of the marks of or one of the attributes you see of actors that are A-listed or even above A-list versus the other ones. You can get a movie and If Mel Gibson is in it, you know what they allow him to do? On the spot, make up. Yeah, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
Because he's been in the game for.
It's not because there's people who've been acting longer than Mel Gibson. It's not simply because he's been in the game so long. He is that type of actor. The type of energy, right? And the way he does what he does allows him to do these things. Is Mel Gibson the best actor in the world? Not necessarily. He's not my favorite, right? Jim Carrey is another one of those actors. They will literally write a script for this nigga. He will literally not follow it. And it's in the movie theaters, right? So where I do believe that the majority of the weight as far as the quality of the movie and what's happening does fall, it falls on everybody.
Yeah, it's
and it is absolutely a group project, but we have seen when they've taken good actors and actresses and basically given them dumb shit to do and go, this movie. But then we've seen movies like Green was mentioning that should not have worked. Batman should not have worked. But then you got the dude who played his role so well, he killed himself for it. Literally, Green has a point. I'm not a Batman fan. That being said, I'm not really. Batman is who he is. In fact, I think I dislike Batman fans more than Batman himself. Batman is who he is. He a criminal, where he's the biggest criminal in his series. Hands. Oh, absolutely. Batman is quite possibly the worst hero I have ever seen in my life. He does everything every criminal has ever had to do to be a hero. How'd the saying go? Fighting for peace is like fucking for virginity. Right? So Batman is the hugest criminal in his series, hands down. The Joker's there to show him that. The Joker is there for the sole purpose is Batman. Hey, hero guy, you're a villain. Stop saying weird stuff to people. You're a villain. But either way, yes, I think that there are actors out there, and they're not necessarily considered the best, even though Jim Carrey is considered one of the best, that can make movies. Only bad actors break movies. Good actors make.
They enhance them.
Yeah, they do. That being said, it's weird. Christian Bale as Batman, I didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but Joker was the thing. And in other movies, Christian Bale has like slain these roles, right? I think this was a really good. I think, in fact, Batman. Wow, how ironic, actually. Batman was a movie that had two very good actors in it, and some others. But we're looking at the Joker and Batman. Christian Bale he's an awesome actor. Not necessarily one of my favorites, but he's a great actor. And he was outshined, even him being the main character, right? And I'm going to be honest, it wasn't because he didn't play his role. I think he played that role. The script was stupid. it was kind of dumb. But Joker did the thing, and he was still being Joker. Obviously, the writers had more love for Joker than Batman.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's just what it was.
I think Joker is a more fun character to write for than Batman. Christian Bale Batman gave us asthmatic Batman. I can't breathe. Talk like this all the time. That got really tiring and old really quick for me. Since we're talking about actors and actresses and making and breaking movies, I'm gonna throw this out there. Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. They did not give her a lot of lines. They did not give her a lot to do. Honestly, she wasn't even on screen as long as, Alfred. I think Alfred had more screen time than Catwoman did when she debuted in the movies. But I think what she did do was fucking brilliant and crafted well. And she wasn't too cartoony. She wasn't too serious. She still had fun with the character. And that's what I like to see from these bigger or maybe even like well-known actors, them having fun and also executing it well. But like I was saying earlier, movies are a group project. I don't think we can put the blame on one individual category, writers, directors, graphics team, because sometimes I'd be watching a movie and I'm like, oh my god, this thing is written so well, but these graphics is shit.
And that's when you blame them. That's exactly when you blame them. Shit.
I try not to. I really do try not to, because like honestly, there was an editor somewhere looking at that screen going, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
But I mean, that's when you gotta be honest about like what makes and
That's when you lose your job. That's when you go to like the execs and go, guys, these graphics or this writing or this scene is boo-boo. And then they go, you're fired.
Well, they can't do that
Pack up your
because
shit
like
and go.
no one's gonna care if the graphics are just horrible and they're on the timeline. They're gonna be like, we're just gonna have to deal with it. We gotta make this money.
So I think the only real culprit here, thank you. I can't speak today. I don't know what's wrong with my tongue. The real person we have to blame here are the execs, because how many times have we heard at Comic-Cons and conventions and panels of these actors and these directors and these writers going like, oh yeah, we had a great idea, and then they trail off and they don't finish the statement, and it's because these, executives, big corporations and companies, they're like, no, we
I think it's and this is even with video games. I think it's very good if a company says we push back this game.
Yeah, I think it's good when they do that with movies and
Right.
films. Like sometimes I get mad when a movie pushed back or they're doing reshots for a movie, but it's fucking brilliant. Like it makes sense. I think they did reshots for Infinity War, if I'm not mistaken, for the Spider-Man reveal. And I think that, like it sucks because you get so anticipated for the next video game or the next movie to come out at a certain date. And then you hear that it got pushed back and it's a little, like, oh, I got really so excited for this to come out now instead of later. But it helps, except for Kingdom Hearts. You guys took way too fucking long and that's what you guys delivered. I'm very highly upset still. Anywho.
Well, speaking of something that we probably that probably would fall under this category that we're talking about.
Yeah, movies, TV, directings, and all this other beautiful stuff.
Cannon Busters debuted on Netflix.
Oh my
recently.
god!
Ruby, how about you tell us what you thought of it first?
Well, before I tell you guys what I thought about it, let's first talk about Black Excellence. Can we first talk about Black Excellence? Which is a comic book. It tried to get Kickstarter. It didn't really happen. It's a 3-issue comic book. I didn't know that until I started doing my research on the backgrounds of this show, Cannon Buster. It's a 3-issue comic. They tried to do a Kickstarter to get, more funding for it. It didn't happen. So the creator of the comic book decided to focus more on trying to get this to be an animated series instead of a comic book. LeSean, I'm sorry if I'm saying your first name wrong, LeSean Thomas. He worked on LeSean. Thank you. LeSean Thomas he worked on Black Dynamite. He worked on the Boondocks. He worked on The Legend of Korra. So if you like any of those shows, it's going to be an automatic yes for Cannon Busters. I'm letting you know this now. I know that seems like a big statement, but Boondocks, successful. Black Dynamite, successful. Legend of Korra, successful. Like this show is nothing but Black excellence and success. And it's just it's fun. It's fucking fun. It's interesting. It's a diverse cast of people of color. Like I can't get over it. I can't get over how great this show is. I think my only drawback was the shortness of this show. But some people might like that. It's a 12 episode series. It debuted July. Wait, no, hold on, let me make this right.
Couldn't have been that long because
in the states, it debuted August 15th. August 15th. Other parts of the world they got a little bit earlier than us because because we're nobody likes America, okay? Like when it comes to TV and movies, everybody else gets it first and then we get it last because nobody likes it. But that is a different discussion for another day. Cannon Busters debuted. Netflix released it August 15th. We're talking about it now. I liked it. It's a 12 episode series. It's great. It's fun. My favorite character has to be Sam. I love Sam. She's freaking adorable.
Mine is Philly the Kid by far.
Philly the Kid, he's funny. I do like him. Let's talk more about these two characters we just mentioned. So Philly the Kid is this outlaw. He's young, young-ish. He has these abilities that help him regenerate life, but every time he dies, he gets a number to associate with how he died. So if he's died 12 times, he has the number 12, 1 through 12 on his body. And I'm saying that as a reference, but trust me, he's died more than 12.
Yeah. I think they start off with him dying the 22nd time.
Yeah. The 22nd time. They start off with him dying the 22nd time. It's just like, damn, dude, you got no hope in you. Sam, what does Sam stand for? Because I always forget what Sam stands for. Because it's an acronym.
Yeah, it's like, because she's supposed to be like a like sort of, I'm paraphrasing, but a buddy bot.
Yeah, a buddy bot. Yeah, her acronym is something along the lines of I'm your friend. I will be your friend, and I'm here. So adorable. She's just so. Every time she meets a person, and she is an Android bot. Every time she meets someone, she's like, "Hi, I'm Sam. Would you like to be friends?" And she just holds her hand out until you shake it. She does not retract her hand until you say something mean or negative to her, or until you say, "Yeah, I'll be your friend." Whatever. Doesn't matter. You're weird.
I think I'm trying to see what Sam stands for. Basically, it's a high-end friendship droid.
Oh, high end is an understatement, but yeah, she's super high. Oh,
but I think her secrets go a little bit deeper as you get into the end.
Are we spoiling the secrets since it's been a while? Or are we keeping them to ourselves?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna have to go catch up on it.
Oh yeah,
it's good. You can finish it in a day.
Like you can finish it in a day because the episodes are what, 30 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
The episodes are 30 minutes long, so if you guys are tired of the hour-long Netflix shows, do not worry. This anime is nice, sweet, and short. Again, 12 episodes, so I'm not gonna calculate the math because I don't feel like it. But like I said, the creator of this show has worked on projects like The Boondocks, Legend of Korra, and Black Dynamite. There's definitely influences, but it's also its very own creation. It's not too cookie cutter or too similar. Watching it, you're gonna have these vibes of these shows that I mentioned, but it does stand on its own. It's awesome and it's great, and I just love it.
Yeah, I love the show. I finished it the same day it came out. I watched all 12 episodes. I would say, like Ruby said, it's too short. Because it gets really good at the last episode, and then
it really
does.
You're waiting for that next episode button to come up, and it doesn't come up, and you're like, no.
And when I say it really gets good, it really gets good at the end. I like it. I think it's one of my. I'm gonna put it up there with 7 Deadly Sins for my Netflix originals. And Lord knows I love 7 Deadly Sins. So I would definitely put it up there. It's not like beating 7 Deadly Sins at all, but it's a good second place right now. I would like to see more animes like this, and I would like to see Netflix. And I think that's how Netflix is going to survive.
Oh yeah, I think Netflix needs to do two things. Netflix definitely needs more creators of color on their streaming services. They need to branch out to different people with different perspectives. This show Cannon Busters definitely has a different perspective on friendship, on how we communicate with one another, what we do for each other as far as friendship, and also there's a political element in the show. Without giving too much away, think of a dystopian future where high society relies on robots, on androids, and then you also have your people who are poor, you know, the bottom class, the lower class, the middle class, that can't afford these robots. They're surviving by killing each other and being vicious and mean. And the expression is, you know, if you're the last one to eat, that's on you.
And there's a scene that kind of shows this, and this is about the only thing I'll spoil. There's an episode where they're in this town, and literally the mechanic is also the sheriff, and everyone pretty much has multiple jobs.
That's how poor this town is. Like, your nice, friendly guide who like kind of shows you around town is also the sheriff. Also, they say in the show, it's easy to be sheriff. Anybody can be sheriff in this town, and I think
pretty much everybody was a sheriff.
Like 3 or 4 sheriffs. It's ridiculous. It's funny. It's hilarious. But Cannon Busters is an interesting show. You're gonna see a lot of like political ideas, and not in a politics, but it is the element in the story. And it's also, I think, one of the very important elements in the story, and I hope that they touch more on it in the second season. If there's going to be a second season, there's definitely going to be a second season. That show's way too good for it not to have a second season.
Yeah,
I think the creators worked way too hard, and for it to be that successful, for it not to have a second season would be a huge mistake on Netflix side. But it's beautifully animated. It's funny as hell. These characters kind of touch on being wasteful because, again, high society, they got robots. You know, whenever these robots start malfunctioning, they're just like, get rid of it. And then also there's a little bit of a mystery involved because, like we said, Philly the kid, every time he dies, he gets a number on his body, and he seems very kind of like nonchalant about it. I mean, I die, I get a new tattoo, I come back to life. Whippy! But yeah, there's a little bit of mystery involved, and they touch on it briefly in some of the later episodes. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a lot of things that make you go, oh, so that's why that's like that. Oh, and they do leave a lot of questions open for season 2. So I'm if you haven't watched it, give it a chance, give it a shot. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna enjoy it. Also, can we talk about that theme song?
Oh, the theme song is nice. I love.
Oh my god! Like, how many shows on Netflix do you just click the skip intro button and don't care about the theme song? This show is the only show on Netflix where I'm kind of like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna skip the intro. I think I'm gonna watch the intro. Yeah.
My fiance is like that with Stranger Things, though. She will not. My fiance is like that with Stranger Things. She loved the intro to Stranger Things.
I mean, that synthesizer. Can we talk about that synthesizer?
So we never skip the Stranger Things. I think everyone skips Orange is the New Black.
I don't. The animal.
I can't.
Trap. The cage is full. The cage is full. Everyone's waiting for you. See, you started. You started, Green.
That intro is way too long, and it's like, can I?
I love that intro, and I also since we're talking about Orange is the New Black, even though we were just talking about Cannon Busters, the Facebook, the Netflix Facebook page, they put out a video, and the intro for Orange is the New Black is a bunch of eyes. You see a bunch of eyes. You see a bunch of eyes.
Oh.
That was weird.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
15
We just want to apologize real quickly for that. We are all in different locations. We're not all just sitting around looking at each other and streaming. So sometimes those connections come up and they, break up for a few seconds. But we're back.
Yep.
And what I was saying earlier was Facebook had posted this video, and what they did was every pair of eyes that you see in the Orange is the New Black opening, they had those people discussing and talking about being part of this massively critically acclaimed and, widely accepted show, and how cool it was that their image was a part of this show. And I just thought that was pretty cute and pretty awesome that Netflix did that. They're not like actors, they're not like, people that they're just people that heard that they needed people for the opening, and they came to get called and they got accepted. And now their eyes are part of this show for however long Overwatch. Orange is the New Black is going to be on Netflix. So I thought that
Well, I
was
think
pretty
this last season was the last season.
Yeah, this season was the final season. There will no longer be the animal, trap, trap, trap to the cage is
So
full. Like, there's not gonna be no more of that, unfortunately, which makes me really, really sad. But I did think that was pretty cool that they had the people who were those eyes, the people that you saw on your screen. Like, hey, all of us could, be, this could happen to any of us. Like, like our prison system is fucked up. Like, there's a lot of innocent people in prison right now that should not be in prison.
but
Going back to Cannon Busters.
well, that show and Cannon Busters, along with Stranger Things, I think there's a number of different shows.
Honestly, Orange is the New Black and Cannon Busters, for me personally, are the only two shows on Netflix that I do not skip the intro every single time. I'm not saying I watch it every single episode, but there are times where I'm like, man, I can't skip it. It's too cool.
I don't skip Seven Deadly Sins. I don't skip Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Disenchantment. I never skip that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
finishing up 13 Reasons Why, because they dropped that season over this past weekend. By the time you guys listen to this podcast, it might be the middle of the last week of August. I don't know. But
I can never
they
get into
dropped
that.
Huh?
I can never get into that one.
It's heavy. It's heavy. It's a heavy show. Like, it's okay. So it's it's really weird because it's a heavy show. They talk about heavy topics, suicide, rape, bullying, being a teenager in the 2010s. All my high schoolers that are possibly listening to this podcast, or if you guys think we're cool enough to listen to, I'm sorry that you guys got to go through this. I went through school in the early 2000s, and I didn't deal with half of the shit that you guys deal with. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have Snapchat. I didn't have TikTok, Musically, or any of the other social media apps that the youngin' children like to use. I'm old. I'm sorry. But I didn't have to deal with cyberbullying. Like, cyberbullying was a part of our culture, but it was also something new, and not everybody was doing it. And
Right.
now you have so many different social medias and perspectives, and you have to have this image of yourself. Like, dear God, I'm so happy I'm not going to high school in 2019 to 2020. You guys are amazing. And to all my seniors, you're almost through it. You're almost through the bullshit. You're almost there. Hold strong, guys. Hold strong.
Well, along with that, I think Cannon Busters will do very well on Netflix. I can't wait to see the next season.
Oh yeah. Support if you are the type of person that loves supporting Black content, Black creators. This is the show for you. If you're a person that just appreciates good anime, this is a show for you. If you're a fan of the Boondocks, of Black Dynamite, Legend of Korra, or any of the other games that this, creator has worked any other shows this creator has worked on, yeah, you're gonna like this show. I promise you.
All right. Well, with the Netflix debuts and stuff, dates, I do want to give you guys, especially if you're a nerd, a gamer, or whatever, I do have two events that's in the Maryland or the DMV area, I should say.
DMV, what up?
So there's a place called Zandu, which is a gaming. I would say it's a gaming lounge kind of place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have gaming tournaments and training Tuesdays through Fridays, and they're pretty much like you can go there, you can just play video games. Um,
Is that the VR lounge or is it different than the VR
it's
lounge?
different than the VR lounge. This one
Okay.
has setups for PC as well as other console gaming.
Okay, because
So
I've seen ads for a VR lounge in DC, but their prices they busting coconuts. But
yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
yeah,
time,
Mhm.
they're providing the VR service, so I understand why they busting coconuts. I get it. You gotta make your money.
yeah. But it's expensive at that bar. It's like what is it like? I want to say $70 or $60
I think
for like
something
a
like that.
session. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, I'm cool on
It's
that one.
cheaper if you go with a group, but even still, like I think the sessions are only like an hour, maybe possibly 2 hours long, depending on what you pay for. But still, eh, eh,
Nah, this one is actually
I
like
want
for
to check it
kids.
out, but that's gonna have to be like a special occasion. That's gonna have to be like a birthday thing or New Year's Eve
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like it can't just be, oh, it's Tuesday. Let me go check it out.
Yeah, no, Xandu's is more for like teenagers and really
Okay.
anyone in the fighting community. So if you're a fighter,
Pretty much, they'll play Mortal Kombat,
competitor, yeah,
Tekken.
Xandu is the place for you. You can check them out on Facebook. I'll have the link down below so you can check them out. Tuesdays
Okay.
through Fridays they have gaming tournaments and training. Tuesdays are Super Smash Ultimate Day. Wednesday is Super Smash Melee. Thursday is Fighting Game Thursday, which will more than likely be like Mortal Kombat or Capcom versus or Marvel versus Capcom. I'm sorry. And Friday is the Grind Training. So if you're into the fighting community, make sure you check out Xandu. If you're in the DMV area, that's one spot that you can go to kind of hang out and be part of the community. Also, Sunday, October 27th, 2019, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., is the Gamer Exchange, which is a marketplace event by gamers for gamers. Admission is completely free for all attendees, but this event will take place in Virginia. The address will be 14225 Sullyfield Circle in Suite C. And I believe the city is called Chantilly, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
20151. Once again, that's 14225 Sullyfield Circle, Suite C, as in cat. That's Chantilly, Virginia, 20151. So if you got time during that day, I might actually check out the spot. It's not that far from DC, so um, I could probably take that little trip down there just to see what kind of things they have down there. Especially if it's by gamers for gamers, and it kind of I had a really good vibe with the Smithsonian event that we went to, the SAM
Yeah.
event. That was really fun. So I'm always looking for events like that to go to, especially since it's about to get colder out here in these streets. Um, so I'm
Good
trying to go
rookie.
to as many events as possible.
Yeah.
Any events in y'all area?
Not a
Um,
one.
Well, me and Ruby
unfortunately,
in the
I
same
missed
area.
the date. This past weekend, and again, by the time you guys hear this podcast, it's gonna be done. Fairfax had their Comic Con. I've always been wanting to go to the Fairfax Comic Con because that's like in my neighborhood, and I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna go, and then the weekend comes up, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, that's cool. Baltimore Comic Con is October 18th, so that's something
Ooh,
everybody can look forward to. Me, and my beautiful fiance, Super Fluffy Slippers, will be there,
nice,
and we
nice,
will be
nice.
dressed up. So
Ooh, are you guys doing a couple cosplay or just separate cosplays?
we haven't made up our mind on that one yet,
Mm.
because not only do we have Comic Con on October 18th, but we're spending our first Halloween together. So
Yeah.
it's we can do two completely things. So we don't know if we're going to do the couples thing for Comic Con and then do separate things for Halloween, or if we're going to switch it. So we do know we'll be dressed up though.
Okay. All right.
I think
Look
she
out
wants
for
to
those
jump.
pictures.
Yeah, she wants to be Bumblebee. So
Oh, let's give you adorable.
Bumblebee and a 6'4", 300 pound Spider-Man.
I'm not being Spider-Man, sir. No. I think there'll be plenty of Miles Moraleses walking around.
I think if she does Bumblebee, you should do Cyborg.
I could, but I'm not like a DC person. But I might do that for her. I don't know.
It'd be a cute little cosplay. It'd make her so happy. It'd be like,
We'll see. Because Teen Titans is her favorite like show.
Mhm.
Well, Teen Titans Go. Cause
Yeah.
Uh, that's another topic for a different day.
Another day.
Mm-hmm.
We won't judge her for her viewing pleasure. Not at all. Everyone has their preferences.
Yes, and so that's coming up October 18th. I think it's the weekend of October 18th. And then I think that's really the end of the con season. It's probably October. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't really hear about cons in winter. It's just nobody wants to travel in the winter. I know I don't.
Mm-mm. And then you got your like video game events, but those are like the big events. That's like, I think, doesn't Twitch have a event going on?
Yeah,
in the winter?
TwitchCon. I think I don't remember what somebody came into my chat a while ago. They're like, "Are you going to TwitchCon?" I was like, I wish. I just nah.
Well, since Pinky isn't here, I do remember she has MechaCon.
Yeah.
In September. And I want to say it's the 27th or the 17th. It has a 7 in it. I do know that. So I'll put that in the description too. Because I know Pinky's going to that.
Hopefully Pinky will be back from her hiatus and she could tell us all about it. Hopefully.
Yeah. And I think that's the only event. Oh, and PlayStation has their expo.
Yeah, nobody cares about that.
December.
I'm a Sony fan. Even I don't care about that. It's just like, yeah.
I like the PlayStation has been doing a really good job with their special events lately. No, not interested.
Nah.
Because you know they're gonna have Last of Us.
I'm like announcement out at this point. Like we went through E3, we went through all the other things earlier this month. I mean, not this month, but earlier this summer. I'm events out.
But I think PlayStation would have Last of Us gameplay.
Last of Us is gonna be the face of the event anyway.
That's gonna be fun. Okay, see, all right. I might watch it. Might possibly co-stream it. I don't freaking know. But if they talk about The Last of Us, I'm looking forward to that because they had that teaser like 3 years ago.
They had it at E3 this year.
No, there was
but the original trailer was like 2 years ago.
There was a teaser a few years ago, and it was a older Ellie playing guitar.
Yeah.
And then she was talking to Joe like off screen. Mm-hmm. And I was all like, yes, hype, and that was it.
Well, this time we do know that the release date is early 2020.
Okay.
So it's coming, and it's literally like less than 6 months, 7 months away. So,
yes.
We're good for that. Also, Death Stranding, which is the Hideo Kojima video game that was highly anticipated. I've seen the trailer and the gameplay for it. That's going to be one hell of a game. So if you're a big Metal Gear Solid fan and you're a big Kojima fan, that's going to be a game that you might want to pick up. I follow Kojima on Instagram, and that man is an art genius when it comes to things like that. So that's going to be a game I hope PlayStation shows. And then, they always got something up their sleeve. So we'll see new things all around for that event. But I think that's the only events that I can think of right now. There'll be some more posted. And then I'll start posting events that I come across on the Real Ones Gaming Discord. So if you haven't already joined, go ahead and join over there for notifications on when the next podcast will be hosted and things of that nature. Anything going on individually with us will be posted on the Real Ones Gaming Discord as well. So you guys can kind of know all the good things that we're coming across. So you can join in on fun. But I think that's it. I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else y'all want to share?
This Chick-fil-A and Popeye situation, it's gone too far. You Americans that have this debate over Twitter, IG, y'all need to stop.
The Amazon is burning. I don't like, one, I have not tried this chicken damn sandwich. I've seen it in person, but somebody else was eating it. All the Popeyes in my areas have been sold out every time I try to go up there and get it. Mr. Windora had the pleasure of getting the sandwich right at the tip of the hype. Like, the hype had not reached full hypeness yet. So he got it right before every goddamn Popeyes was sold out in my area of the damn sandwich. Like, I have yet to try it. God, what is his name? What is his fucking name? There is a Instagram/Facebook comedian. I think his name is Long Beach something.
Long Beach Griffey?
Yes. He made a video, and it was the funniest fucking video because he's always cussing, he's always yelling, he's always getting hype in his videos. And in this particular video, an employee from Popeyes comes up to his manager and he's like, we're in trouble. He's like, why? What's going on? He's like, no, it was a Chick-fil-A employee. My bad. It was a Chick-fil-A employee to his manager. And they're like, we're in trouble. He's like, what? What's going on? He's like, Popeyes just came out with a chicken sandwich. And they're like, and? Well, everyone's talking about it. And everyone's like geeking out about it. He's like, okay, good for them. We wish them the best. We're still Popeyes. We're still Chick-fil-A, and we're still going to do our thing. People are still going to come buy our food. What the fuck does it matter? And then he started listing all their other competitors, and he's all like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, if we're a chicken place, we make chicken sandwiches, people are still going to come to Chick-fil-A, and people are still going to go to Popeyes no matter fucking what. Yeah, he did not get hyped the way I'm getting hyped now. He was really cool, calm, collected about it. But it was so fucking funny because he's always ranting and yelling and hooping and hollering in all his videos. And in this one, he was just all calm, cool, and collected. And then the Chick-fil-A employee goes, can we still play the music? He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And that sad music that he plays at the end of all his videos was playing, but it was very anticlimactic. But that's what made it funny. It doesn't fucking matter. It's cheap, bad food. Chick-fil-A is bad for you. No matter how good it tastes, it is bad for you. Popeyes, bad for you. McDonald's, bad for you. Burger King, bad for you. I don't fucking care if Burger King, I give you props for coming out with a vegan option. I have not tried the Impossible Burger yet. I want to try that shit.
But all of them have a vegan option.
Huh?
All of them have vegan options.
Yeah, they started it this summer. In California. Huh?
But like McDonald's and a lot of the fast food places, they have a vegan option menu. Because even Taco Bell has
a vegan option.
Yeah, they've been had one.
What's their vegan option?
It's basically salads. It's nothing like.
That's not a vegan option. They
have like a wrap. They have like a vegan wrap thing. I mean, it's the same thing.
That's what, lettuce? Like, that doesn't count.
It's like lettuce, tomatoes.
Doesn't count.
Onions,
they've been had wraps. They've been had lettuces, so that doesn't count. Burger King went out of their way and introduced the Impossible Burger, which is a 100% vegan, non-meat burger. And I've heard that it slaps. I heard that it's super tasty and super good.
Do you trust that?
Yeah, I do, because the company that created the Impossible Burger was already a vegan company based out in California. So they wanted to give people the Impossible Burger looks like a burger. smells like a burger. It looks like hamburger meat, but there is zero meat byproduct in the actual burger.
Well, let me
So
ask this
I have
question.
not tried it yet, but the internet loves it. The internet says it's great. Unfortunately, because I do want to mention this, unfortunately, imitators have been trying to duplicate the recipe and has actually caused people to get sick. They found E. coli. So just be careful where you get your Impossible Burger from. And, you know, Burger King is a franchise, and not all franchise owners follow health, regulations. I'm just going to say that.
Well, let me ask you this: for any vegan, really, um, if you do not eat meat,
Mm-hmm.
why would you want something that looks like meat?
Well, I mean, a lot of vegans are like anybody else. They're people that used to be meat eaters that are no longer meat eaters. And, I'm not vegan. I'm trying to be more vegetarian. I'm trying to be more plant-based because that's a healthier diet for people for the most part. That's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Please do not quote me. Please do not sue the Real Ones Gaming. Um, but, for a lot of people like myself, like, we miss the taste of meat. Like, there's nothing wrong with missing something that you used to have and you don't have anymore. So the Impossible Burger, it's not a burger, it's a vegan option, but it's like eating a burger that you used to eat without the guilt. You're not slaughtering a cow for your meal, but you still get that burger feel. Like, I get it. Like, it's like, okay, so for my mother, for instance, she has now become lactose intolerant. A lot of us, when we get older, we become lactose intolerant. um my mom loves almond milk, and she says, I love almond milk because it reminds me of regular milk. And that's normal. Like, if you like something because it reminds you of something bad that you can't have anymore, that's great. Sweet potato fries, they're fries, but they're not as bad as regular potato fries.
They're a whole lot sweeter. Like I like people who say they taste just like French fries. No, they don't. They don't at all. They
It
don't.
depends on where you go. It depends
Don't
on where
lie.
you go. I've been to some restaurants and they're like, "Oh, it tastes just the same." I'm like, "You lie." And then I've been to some restaurants and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is a surprise."
I think they either taste better or you can tell they're different. I don't think they
Mhm.
ever taste exactly the same as French fries.
I've had them from restaurants where they taste exactly like French fries, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm so happy right now." But again, it depends on who's making it and how they make
Well, I could care less about the whole Chick-fil-A and Popeyes thing.
Yeah, I could care less. The Amazon is burning. Trump is being an asshole per usual. Nothing
People
new,
just
nothing
died at
exciting
the
there.
CPA tour, and I'm just kind of like,
There's
that's
so many other
nonsense.
things that are going on in this world, and if y'all don't think that this is another one, another distraction, y'all are fools. Also, even though I do not give two flying fucks about what's better, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes, I don't care if y'all going to Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. Can y'all be polite to these people? Like, these are your servers, these are your customer service people. Like, they're doing the best that they can. Okay, don't get loud with them. Don't get buck. I've seen videos of people fighting and jumping through the drive-through window at Popeyes because they ain't had no damn. Stop it. Act like a
Okay.
goddamn adult.
And also, can everyone be reminded that this is Popeyes? Um, how have y'all never opened up your own biscuit and slid in a piece of chicken in between the two and just eaten it? That's a chicken sandwich. Like, it's been done. You
Yeah,
can
but
do
the
this thing on
Popeyes
a regular
biscuit's so
basis.
little. Like, you're gonna get more chicken than the bread at that point.
Then go get your
Unless you
own hamburger buns and just put the fried chicken in between them. Like, it's the same thing. It's seasoned the same. The only difference I think is that this one is like a breast that's boneless, and that's it.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than that, if you just pick apart the meat and put it in between two buns and put whatever little sauce you want on it, it's the same exact thing.
And for all my DMV people, I've heard that Mambo sauce on the Popeyes chicken sandwich slaps. So for anybody who's in DC, or if you buy the Capital Mambo sauce that's in grocery stores right now. Not sponsored. I wish I was, because I would love free mambo sauce. I heard it slaps. I heard it enhances the flavors, but it's mambo sauce. Like mambo
And,
sauce enhances everything.
and for people that's asking in Baltimore, what the fuck is Bumbo sauce? That's DC shit. We up here, we're cool with the salt, pepper, ketchup. They created something
Y'all
brand
can
new.
keep your salt and pepper ketchup. I'm in Virginia and I still love me some mambo sauce. All right, like mambo sauce is international, is statewide now because they got that shit bottled up in grocery stores. They got the original and they got the sweet and spicy joint. So check that out.
And also for
Again,
anybody
I'm
that
not
wants to know,
sponsored, but I'd love to be sponsored. Please, please, please give me some free mambo sauce.
and anybody else that's wondering like how popular Mambo sauce is, like up here in Baltimore, we've never heard of Mambo sauce, but we literally live 30 minutes from DC, where Mambo sauce is like really popular. Um, and I
You talking about
remember,
your own experience? Because I got friends in Baltimore too, and they be like, "Yo, DC now, let's get some curry out," because that's how you got to say it when you go to these Chinese food places in DC and you ask for
yeah.
that mambo sauce. You gotta say, "Yo, let me get the curry out." Can't say it like carry out because that's not what it is. It's a curry out.
Well, I've been asking some friends, I've been telling friends about this, and they look at me weird when I say Mambo
Well,
sauce,
your
and they're
friends
like, "What
don't
the
know
fuck?"
good cuisine.
But they put this like even Papa John's has Mambo sauce for your pizzas, and I think they have a Mambo sauce pizza too.
That's the sauce that you can buy in grocery stores. The Papa
Yeah.
John's mambo sauce. Like if you like their wings and the mambo sauce pizza, you can literally purchase that sauce yourself in your local grocery stores. Like I think most of the chains, like this company that's, hail from DC, again, black businesses, if you want to support black business, they have been in the talks about getting this statewide and nationwide for years now, and they finally happened. And it's so fucking funny that you bring up the whole Papa John's and Mambo sauce, right? Because right as Papa John's had announced, like, "Oh, we're doing Mambo sauce," Domino's try to be slick and try to be cute and going like, "Oh, Papa John's got that fake Mambo sauce. They don't got the real joint," but they got upset and salty because the same company that's working with Papa John's now, they came to them first. They came to Domino's first, like, "Yo, we want you guys to sell this Mambo sauce in your store because we love you guys." And Domino's was like, nah, y'all keep y'all mambo sauce to yourself. And they got real salty when Papa John's was making that damn money. So
Oh, that's
I'm just
cool.
gonna say that right there, right then. They try to go like, "Oh, it's not real mambo." So shut the fuck up. Y'all don't know no real mambo sauce.
Well, regardless, the whole chicken sandwich thing,
It's
I'm
it's
alright.
stupid. It's stupid. It's done. It's over. Okay. The whole thing is stupid and dumb, but the memes are fucking hilarious. Somebody took the scene between Killmonger and T'Challa from Black Panther and put Chick-fil-A's face on T'Challa and Popeye's on Killmonger in that scene where Killmonger rightfully gained his crown as King of Wakanda, and they just sent Chick-fil-A flying off over the ridge. And I was like, this is making me more emotional than the actual scene itself did.
Nah, I'm good. But I don't really have anything else to talk about. Do you guys? Well, I know AJ has technical difficulties, so he's probably not coming back.
Oh, AJ's having difficulties. We're gonna go ahead, like he always says, to the royalty fam. Thank you for sticking with him. Check him out on his Twitch page. Royalty fam. Keep the energy going. Keep the positive vibes going. And he thanks you. Me myself, I want to give a shout out to the Rose Garden and my followers. I wouldn't have the confidence to do what I do if it wasn't for you guys. Also, if by now you can't tell, I am super excited about this indie game called Rush Attack. I tried to set up a donation for the month of August, but August has been super hectic for me. I haven't been streaming as regularly as I am, But in September, I'm going to be doing this donation drive again. I'm just trying to generate $200. I'm not even trying to generate that much money, just $200 to donate to this indie game because I really do believe in this indie game. Again, like I've been talking about for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes now. It's a black creator, black game. It is a side scroll beat 'em up game with mostly people of color, mostly women characters, different fighting styles that you're going to find in this game. And the creator just like uploaded not the entire roster, but a bigger roster of the heroes that are supposed to be in this game. And I'm freaking excited. I want this game to be reality. So please come over to my channel and donate if it is possible and out of your heart. If we don't support each other, who do we expect to see, and how do we expect to see change in the gaming industry? So that's all that I wanted to say.
All right, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's been supporting the YouTube page and my Twitch stream. We've been rolling out the last couple of weeks, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I added an extra hour to the stream, and it's been proving that you guys really enjoy that stuff. We try to do different variations of games, so you guys seem to really like that, and I appreciate the feedback and everything like that.
Feedback is so helpful.
Exactly. I have a lot of stuff on my plate at the moment, so I'm trying like not to do too much at once. I have like wedding I'm planning for, and all personal stuff, but also stuff for you guys. We're going to keep the stream rolling. We're going to keep the Real Ones Gaming podcast rolling. And like I said, hopefully next episode Pinky will be back, so we have the full squad into effect.
Yeah, you guys got to understand that me and Pinky were both well, I'm a single mother. Pinky has a family. She has support and everything. But even with support, being a parent, a gamer, a streamer, a podcaster, it's just a lot of varying hats, a lot of different hats that we wear. So just give us time, bear with us. Hopefully Pinky will be, back from her hiatus next podcast, and if not, you always have a home here at the Real Ones Gaming. You know
Word.
this, Pinky. We love you.
And other than that, look out for some special things on my YouTube. And also look out for special things on the Real Ones Gaming YouTube, which is now up and live.
Yes, I have some plans for some videos, but my idea is not fully fruitioned yet, so you guys got to give me a second.
Okay. So make sure you check out the Real Ones Gaming podcast YouTube. Link will be in the description. Make sure you check out my YouTube. That link will be in the description. Ruby's link will be in the description. AJ's stuff will be in the description. Pinky's stuff will be in the description. So you'll have access to all of us in there. But until next time, guys, we are out. Another great episode, and we will check you out in a couple weeks with another great banger. All right, so stay real, everybody.
Stay real.
Bye, y'all.